in on because yesterday we brought the people in.
I see.
Yeah, but you didn't show up. So
all right. No worries. I concede.
So what we'll do is that
we mixed up the dates.
Forgive and forget.
Yeah, I was hoping for a restful time at home, but every time I turned on the news or turned on the radio to listen to you guys, the wahala was never ending.
You want to rest?
Hey,
there's no rest for the wicked.
No rest for the wicked. It was back to back to back.
The colors of your national flag are the colors of pepper on the market. have you paid attention to that? So there's red pepper. There's ojengma, which is yellow pepper. There's pakushito, which is green pepper.
Hey.
And there's black pepper, the shito. Then if you bulk, the canvas on the side, the white pepper, the powdered pepper. The colors of your national flag is pepper. You want to not see pepper?
Hey.
We go show you ginger.
Honestly, and then we were back for another week of back-to-back wahala. But Aisha Huang, I could have been mistaken. What did she faint or something? Was that her?
Aisha Huang is a dramatist.
Or someone else. I saw them carrying somebody out after the verdict, carrying somebody.
She has always been a dramatist.
Oh,
so if
Charlie.
she fainted, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But I saw her walking, towards, but I didn't catch the fainting part.
I see. I saw them carrying somebody that looked like her, rushing her out of the scene. I don't know if...
So now she has, 4 years, 6 months, because it's under the old dispensation. And the engineer, Dr. Kenashigbe, raises a key question that, when she was arrested, was it possible that she committed some crime? Maybe we'd get a lawyer to explain to us if you could apply another sanction on her, slap anything on her.
Even if you do, and you put all together, they will run concurrently. So it will be as a test.
Yeah, but the concurrent thing. So let's say this is 4 years, 6 months. If you get 6 years, it wouldn't.
The ceiling is 5 years, so she got the highest, almost 5.
No, that was for the old one. The new one, which says minimum 15, maximum 25.
That one, I don't think the ruling was on the latest one.
It was not on the latest one. It was on the old one. That's what Engineer Dr. Kenashigbe is saying, that look, can we look at it again when she got back into the country after she was either repatriated or deported? We don't know. But even the president is confused about it. So I'm not sure what I should be. But then after she got back in, using fake names and fake aliases and fake husbands and all of that, did she commit any other, galamsey crime? If she did, then that would apply under the new law.
That makes sense.
And that means that 15% minimum, 25% maximum.
Okay.
Can the Attorney General look into it, and then maybe we should listen to Engineer Doctor again. Listen to him.
Oh, definitely 48,000 CDs for Aisha Huang with all the distraction and all that she has looted. That is chicken change, and definitely if this was happening in the country that she was coming from, I'm sure she might face the death sentence, So definitely that is, very, very. It's not punitive at all, and I wish the Attorney General could look again into it and see whether there was anything that they could do. Are there other charges that could be brought against her? I'm aware of we cannot have double jeopardy, but did she commit any other crimes when she was rearrested, the time she came back into the country again? That would have been under the aegis of the new laws. So definitely then that prosecution could have happened under it. But, again, not being a lawyer, I need to be careful about double jeopardy so far as the case is concerned.
That was Engineer Dr. Kenashigbe, the man who led the coalition, of which I'm part, and then government said, we will take the fight on it. That's what this has become. So that's what he's asking for. I mean, I don't know, what do you think of it?
I guess the question is whether or not 4.5 years is punitive enough, whether or not it sends the right kind of message about how we're willing to deal with people who are involved in galamsey, because we've talked extensively about the damage. We put the damage that is being done to the environment, the subsequent consequences against the jail sentence. I suppose I can see why the opinion is that 4.5 years is just not enough. And in fact, there are a lot of people who doubt that Aisha Huang will actually even serve this jail time. They are connecting our dead woes to what is going on at the time that Honorable Asafo had let her go. The issues that are bound might be quite similar to what we have today. We owe money. We are looking for debt relief. The next tranche of the 600 million cedis is yet to hit our accounts. Maybe we can make some concessions. Because we're broke, maybe we can be twisted and bent in different ways. I mean, I don't begrudge anybody of having that opinion. Anything is possible in Mother Ghana.
Yeah, but I mean, if you owe, you have to be careful.
Yes.
Your creditors, will not take it lightly if they think that you are squeezing them.
Yes.
And I said this right from the get-go. When, as a coalition, we announced that we're going straight on the Galamsey fight, we had front page stories, and I would dedicate, for example, 5 minutes of airtime on TV3 New Day at the time, because that was where I was broadcasting from. You had the Chinese Association in Ghana, some sort, present a check of 50,000 cedis, first to the Ghana police, and second, another 50,000 to the immigration service. And I said, that's a bad signal. They are presenting 50,000 cedis to you as a gift. Then they present another 50 to immigration. Before somebody gets into this country, where do they come through? They come through the hands of immigration. Immigration has to check whether they are doing the right thing or not.
That's right.
And if somebody is arrested, they're taken to the police station. It is the police that will help the Attorney General to prosecute on behalf of the state. So I give you Ajana 1, I give you Ajana 2. When we're expecting to have a smooth sail. Right after that, 6 months after that, we started hearing of Aisha Huang. And then the story hasn't changed up until now.
That's right.
To the point where she escaped, how she escaped from the country when she was still being investigated, and how, whether or not she was deported or repatriated, or how she got back in. The whole thing is bazaar like that. How she got out, how she got back in, how she even came to marry,
How she acquired some of these.
Yes, your Ghana card and all of that. And who is in charge of the Ghana card? You will come back to the NIA Immigration Service.
Right.
Because Palm Dirty was seconded from immigration to NIA. So you will still come back to it. It tells you, I mean, oh boy, William.
It's just the system that is weak. Because I've been to China. I've spent almost more than a month doing one visit. At the time, for you to even get a SIM card, what you'll be taking through for you to get a SIM card. And when you get to the airport, the questions they will ask you and the things that they will do before you enter the country, and the way the Chinese treat their own when it comes to corruption and stuff like this. And I just look at our constitution, and somewhere maybe 2576 thereabouts, telling all of us that our lands, our minerals, water bodies, and everything invested in the president's interest and on behalf of the people. And this lady comes in, and I see it as the highest form of disrespect, because this is something that is supposed to be in the hands of the president of the republic. You take it, destroy it, and then you get 4.5 years. And as a country, we've even at the point
and 48,000
at a point decided not to prosecute such a person. That tells you how low we've sunk. That is also a disrespect to the constitution.
Yeah. In fact, yes, you raise a very strong point.
Yes.
We as a country decided that it is we will not prosecute it.
Yes. And you see, when you have not conducted your affairs so well that you become so poor, you lose all forms of dignity. And this is it.
Let's speak to Godwin Ama. He is the General Secretary of the Ghana National Association of Small Scale Miners. We'll come back to William. Sorry about that. Godwin, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Good morning. Good morning to listeners too.
Aisha Huang has been jailed. What does your association say?
Yeah, first of all, if you look at the amendments to the Minerals and Mining Act, the 995, the minimum sentence one should get under the new law should be 15 years minimum. So we are shocked that Aisha Huang was handled under the old law, where the maximum sentence would be 5 years. So he had 4 years. And that's something that really baffles our mind as an association. But all the same, we are not the legal people, and we don't know why they should use the old law whilst we have the new law in place. Because we have some Ghanaians that have been jailed, minimum sentence of 15 years. although they were arrested way back. So we don't really know why.
So your challenge is that you have Ghanaians who were arrested pretty much just around the same time Aisha Huang was arrested. They are being dealt with the new law, and Aisha Huang, who was arrested in the past, rearrested, jumped, got back in, etc., is being tried with the old law. That's your challenge.
Yeah, that's the challenge. But as I said, we really don't know the rationale behind. But getting Aisha Huang, with the Chinese, the foreigners mining, majority are the Chinese. And the way they work, my God, you go to areas that these Chinese are working, as if they have got an agenda just to destroy. They mine, they don't think of vegetating the land. They don't think of reclaiming the place. They mix both the top and then the gravels, everything. So at the end of the day, even when you reclaim, it becomes very difficult for you to plant on the said land. So if Aisha Huang has been jailed, we have so many Chinese that has also been arrested. They also should go through the process and be jailed so that it will serve as deterrent to others. And also the Ghanaians that bring them in. No Chinese will move to any part of this country without assistance of Ghanaians.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the culprits? Who are the people who were working with Aisha Huang? Where are they now?
That's right.
So if we don't get those people and also go through the same process and they go through the process and they are jailed, they will continue to bring these Chinese or foreigners to come and devastate our environment because they come in with a lot of cash. This business, you cannot rent an excavator a day without getting not less than 5,000 cedis, getting your fuel and all that, just for an excavator for a day's operation. You need people with deep pockets to help. So if we are able to get these people behind, we'll be able to reduce the minutes. But if we say Aisha Huang and everybody is talking about Aisha Huang, as if arresting Aisha Huang alone will solve all our problems. No. We need to dig deeper.
I see. And in digging deeper, where do we have to look? I mean, you have mentioned the excavators and all of that. Do you get a sense that if we go beyond the people who are arrested in the pit and, for example, focus on the big boys who have deep pockets, who are able to hire these excavators, trace the chassis numbers of these excavators, then we'll be getting somewhere?
Yes, if we are able to trace those who are behind, those who own these machines. And then secondly, you go to the field, those who are working, they have the food buyers, they have the whole process within the supply chain. We'll be able to identify them and get them. Then also the shop. Where do we get our gold from? Who used this? Who bought it? Because at the end of the day, you have about 40% of total production country from the small-scale mining sector. But if I ask, where are the mines who produce this gold? Can we link the gold to them? No. So as a nation, we should also look at the issue of traceability. Then it will help us to identify those who are producing, where they are getting their cash from, and even where they are working. But if we don't do that, I tell you, this fight to be something like that. And at the local level also, grassroots politics is making it very difficult, especially at the constituency level. Most of the DCs are not able to work because they are challenged. They go through the process. You have constituency chairmen, constituency executives, creating unnecessary problem for them. Our task force, we started work on the Brain River. We started somewhere in November. By a month, last year, December, the stability levels were very good. Ghana Water Company, Kufudia, they always commend us. We work with them. Then you have some constituency executives, when people are arrested and taken off, they will lead, bring the people out, and they will come and perpetrate the same thing. And our task force commander was shot by an illegal operator.
Wow.
And the same people wanted to go behind. You know, one of the accomplices was arrested, and the person who shot, up to now, we will be able to find him. And these same people will say, oh, they are people. So let's help them. So until we manage, we get that political will at the grassroots level, especially at the constituency level, we will not be able to win this fight. So we need to change tactics and handle them, because if the DCs are representing the government at that level, and the focus of government is to ensure that we reduce this menace of illegal mining, then we need to be strong there. We need that political will to handle some of them at the grassroots.
I see. Now, this would then be a demotivation to your people who are concerned about doing legitimate mining, but also protecting the forests of the Republic. Is that the case?
Yeah, that's the case, because you consistently you'll be arresting people, taking them off from the river bodies, those who are discharging their wastewater directly into their places. You stop them, you take them out, from the field, send them through the process, go through, even get to the police, they are bailed, and then they come back and perpetrate it. So it serves as it demoralizes the whole process of you coming together as an association, bringing your own resources together to ensure that you protect your business. It's a deep motivation to the small-scale miners at the grassroots level.
Now, yes, go ahead.
But we still believe that, although the fight is a national fight,
right?
But it can be won at the grassroots level. So we propose the community enforcement approach.
Okay.
Where you have, it's not everyone in the community that supports this illegality. So we have the representation from the communities. We have the chiefs. We have the leaders of the groups, religious, but they all come together with a small-scale mining. Then at the grassroots level, the concessions that are issued at that particular place, let's say a community A, we have this community enforcement. Minerals Commission will tell you, maybe these are the 5 concessions that are here. Apart from them, nobody can mine here. So the 5 concession owners are the only people who can work in the community. And then we ensure that they don't pollute our water bodies. They don't degrade the environment, because Minerals Commission and the EPA knows those people. Apart from that, you can't work in the community. We tried it at our mine and that place. It worked. So I think we should upscale it so that we have community, Then they will be working with the district mining committees. Then at the end of the day, when there are issues, quickly we fall on the district mining committees, and then it will be addressed. So we take it from the grassroots level instead of from the top, where you have the military coming in. They come in 3 days, they go, and these people come back. But this is a community empowered to protect their own environment, and I think it's something we should look at.
Godwin Ama, I thank you very much for your time. This is General Secretary of the Small Scale Miners Association. We're grateful that you could join us this morning. Thank you so much indeed for your time. That's Godwin Ama there, and he is calling for a grassroots approach to all of this. I'm sure Kosami will be excited about this. The way we have downplayed our local governance system in terms of giving strength to the people down there is a problem. So they decided to help to curb Galamsey, and their leader was shot. Up until now, we don't know who shot their leader, but everything is okay. How do you motivate people to protect what is supposed to be for all of us, which is kept in trust by the President of the Republic, whose assigns have been found to be corporate in what's going on? How do we go about it?
It's a big security concern. There are parts of Ghana where Galamsey is going on, it's rife, and the forestry can't even go and combat it because they go there and they are met with people with guns and all types of weapons. At this point, I think Galamsey is rather fighting us. We are not fighting Galamsey.
And another important point I observe is that everything is vested in the president, the Lands Commission, Minerals Commission, and all the individuals who serve on those commissions largely are appointed by the president. And if you look at the scheme of things, a lot of the politicians are also involved in this illegal mining. So the politicians cannot fight against themselves. You know what I mean? Because if there's an issue and somebody has a license, it will come from Mineral Commission or Land Commission, whatever commission. And these are the politicians who get those licenses. So when they mess up the environment or they do the wrong thing, they go back to their own party people. And And that's how we had issues like party in Sky and things. We were having that kind of conversation.
The gentleman in that party, Hiasika video, Echo will see he's won the MPP parliamentary primary.
So if we want to fight, the way the constitution is structured, it gives the president so much power that all the individuals who serve on these commissions are from. And if they say the president is the one going to appoint, who is he going to appoint? He will appoint people that he knows personally, either his party people or, when very few occasions, those who are not even party people who want to fight the cause. The system will come against them. And some of these people who get the land, they get the land at peppercorn rent, very low rent. Because look, if you are going to mine for gold, it's a big deal.
That's right.
But they come at it and
something small, and they give them the land.
I've said that I've seen Galamsey from when I was a teenager, because I did my national service that age, and there was no problem until these politicians, Wuntumi and Co, went to bring the Chinese with machines, and then everybody's eye became wide that the machines can dig better and bring better good and more good and that kind of thing, and so the environment started coming under siege. If we're just doing that rudimentary community mining where people don't even go near the water too much, they do their own thing, small, and then they go
real gold mining.
We saw it at Dumpim. Takwa, I was there. Just recently, 10, 15 years ago, this government that says it's going to fight Galamsey, it is the government that has faced the worst crisis in terms of, even if the president hadn't made that declaration, I think.
The Chanfang machines.
Look at it.
As we speak now, go on River Offing. There are reports that there are over about 300 of such machines. If you go on the River Offing today, you will see Chanfangs, of hundreds of them on the river.
So instead of senior ministers or government officials coming to tell us that we are doing a deal or two with China, so they should let their people go, I think the government of Ghana or the president of the republic should have a conversation with the president of China and say, look, your people are here destroying our environment. We owe you money. But this gold that we sell and pay you. And the people are messing up. But the thing is that we can't treat them anyway. So talk to your people.
The Chinese have actually responded to us on that front. Maybe
that we are the
last
ones who
year.
need them.
Yes, last year or the year before, they said they are responsible for their citizens when they are in China. They make sure that they abide by their rules. They say once you're in your country, the once is on you. You are your own sovereign state. And that is what the Chinese
say. In effect, they have told you.
When you touch them, you all know.
Yeah, but in effect, they have told you that.
What I'm saying is
that's what they have said. You are the foolish one.
Yes.
You are the foolish one. See, because they can't come to our place to come and misbehave.
As in, we can't go there.
We can't go to their place and go and misbehave.
Mm-hmm.
So why do they come to you? You just spoke about you having gone to China.
Yes.
Look at their rivers. Who told you that China doesn't have mineral resources and deposits of mineral resources?
America does not even touch it.
They have. They have decided not to touch them.
Russia has a lot of gold.
But what? So why are we being so foolish?
So what I'm saying is that
the way we are going about things now, we're just being foolish. Finish.
The conversation is that, as the senior minister said, because we are poor and we have misbehaved in respect of the economy, we are afraid that if we touch them, the Chinese will squeeze us.
So now
every government looks at how their citizens are also treated. What are the crimes?
William, now we have touched them. We have touched Aisha Huang. What will change?
There are even countries we haven't touched them. We haven't touched their well. You know, we haven't touched their well.
Yeah, but we have touched them anyway.
This small, the lawyers, we have left here before. And that's why we have just touched it small. If you like, go and touch it big.
Am I inferring from what you are saying is that maybe those factors could even go into the sentencing?
Look, I'm saying to you that the woman was let go before.
Yes.
And the president was not even sure.
It wasn't that he hadn't committed any crime.
Yeah.
So what are you saying?
The crimes that were committed in 2015. Right? That we said we didn't find anything. We let her go.
Yes.
Look, let an American come and commit a very heinous crime in this country. They'll be looking at how you treat him.
Fair.
Yes. Yes. Charlie, sometimes if you don't have money, your matter is bad.
Charlie, only scout it is so jointy.
You do your homework.
Relationship with China. They're the main company that is helping develop the infrastructure system in Ghana is Sino Hydro. It's a Chinese company. The one that's going to help process our bauxite and provide about $2 billion to us. So when there are these kind of arrangements, there are other things behind the scenes. Putting that lady in jail in Ghana is not going to solve your economic problems. It's not going to make you happy or me happy. That's not important. The most important thing that is being imported out of Ghana. So we must say it's not wrong. I'm saying that there are many other things beyond what you see in these markets. And everybody is wide awake. The most important thing is that we have planned this, we have established regulations, and we are protecting our family. And that is far more important than one Chinese woman who are
That was then Senior Minister, now Senior Advisor to the President, Yao Safomafo, telling us that jailing Aisha Huang would not change our situation. In fact, it would not add anything to our situation. But what's the background? Aisha Huang was accused of being in the thick of affairs of illegal mining, galamsey, especially in the Ashanti region. She was deported from Ghana in 2018. We're not sure if the word to use is deported or repatriated because per the president's own utterance, we're not too sure. After the Attorney General decided to discontinue her trial, in which she was accused of engaging in small-scale mining without license. However, she was said to have sneaked back into Ghana to allegedly engage in same activities for which she was deported. In October 2022, the Attorney General then decided to prosecute her for the alleged crimes before her deportation and new ones committed since her re-entry into the country. It was the case of the prosecution that Aisha had an illegal mining concession at Bipotinting in the Amansia West District in the Ashanti region and also operated a mining services company limited. She had pleaded not guilty to undertaking a mining operation without a license, facilitating the participation of persons engaged in a mining operation, the illegal employment of foreigners, and entering Ghana while prohibited from re-entry. But on May 3, 2023, Aisha pleaded guilty to entering Ghana while prohibited from re-entry, contrary to Section 24 of the Immigration Act 2000, Act 573. That was after she had entered into a plea bargaining agreement with the State Office of the Attorney General. But what is this old law that the Deputy Attorney General says Aisha Huang was charged under? Due to the time Aisha Huang committed the offense, she was sentenced based on the old mining law, Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703, which imposes a maximum of a 5-year jail term for engaging in illegal mining. This old law was replaced in 2019 by the Minerals and Mining Act 2019, Act 995. So Act 703 was replaced by Act 995. And under Act 995, convicted illegal miners face a minimum of 15 years in prison and a maximum of 25 years in prison. The question, the big conundrum that's on our minds is that if she was rearrested in 2022, after she got back in, after being prohibited from re-entry, and she indeed committed some crimes in 2022, shouldn't the new law have applied in the new trial, which has now resulted in her being incarcerated for 4 years, 6 months, and then also being charged some 48,000 Ghana cedis? I mean, that's the question that's on the minds of many Ghanaians. When we get back from this break, I'm sure we can find some legal brains to explain to us, because we are not lawyers actually here in this room, and we will not hazard that guess. See you after this break. It's Sunrise on 3. Let your brush be your voice and your canvas be your masterpiece, and unleash your inner artist with a brush in one hand and a drink in the other. While we have fun together with friends and loved ones at the Airport West Hotel. This program comes to you on Saturday, that is, the 9th of December 2023 at the Airport West Hotel from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. for just 220 Ghana cedis only. Yeah, Saturday 9th, 2023 at Airport West Hotel from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. 3 strong hours of beautiful artistry for 220 Ghana cedis only. The Airport West Hotel is located adjacent the FedEx office at airport. Just type Airport West in Google Map and you are there. This package comes with complimentary drinks and finger foods. For further inquiries and bookings, kindly call 020-433-9005. That's 020-433-9005 or 050-163-4238. That's 050-163-4238 or 0302-767-870. That's 0302-767-870. Come, let's network, have fun and socialize. And painting is good. It helps both sides of your brain to come alive. Ease down the pressure. Airport West Hotel, passion for excellent service. Yeah. Ellen, do you feel Christmas in the air? Oh, why party? Oh, why party? Oh, why party? Oh, why party? Oh, why party?
That's the only thing I'm looking forward to, if I'm being honest. I'm not feeling the Christmas spirit in the air. I've seen some decorations go up, of course. HQ is well decorated, but as for Christmas, it's for the kiddies. For the kiddies. Yeah.
Okay, well, Osman Alassan is joining us as a private legal practitioner counsel. Thank you very much for your time. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great. Now we begin the conversation by answering the conundrum whether or not the punishment that has been meted out to Aisha Huang in regards to the law is what it is supposed to be. What do you say?
Well, the facts. You see, when they want to do things like this, they shroud the fact in some kind of confusion. Now, if you look at first of all, we need to look at the charge against Aisha Huang.
Right.
We need to look at under which law she was charged. We need to look at the act of commission and omissions on which the charge was founded and when those acts were committed. Because we have seen over time that the laws that are criminalizing her act had been amended over time. We had the 2006, we had 2015, and then we have 2019. Now, if you look at, we also know that she was charged in 2014. Now, and then she was deported allegedly, and then she returned illegally and was rearrested. Now, the rearresting was based on what? Now, if she was rearrested in I think that was around 2018.
2018, yeah. Yes. She was first picked up in 2015. She went away because the Attorney General said we could not find anything. And then she got back in she was rearrested in 2022. But after we knew that she had gotten back in 2018.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 2022, by then, the act had been amended in 2015 and 2019.
That's right.
So if a person was arrested in 2022, it must have been based on certain acts of commission or omissions that constituted offense to our criminal laws. Because you cannot, I don't think they arrested her based on what she did and had been deported. But if the facts are around 2022, my point is that she should have had greater sentencing, or her punishment should have been greater than what she had, because the law actually made the maximum sentence for some of the things alleged against her to be 25.
I see.
25 years.
Now the question arises as to whether or not the charges that were preferred against her would apply to the old offense that she had, or that the new one upon her re-entry. It settled that confusion for us. Which
Yeah,
law
so
can the law take a retrospective effect?
No, law cannot take retrospective effect. But we need to be sure that the law is being prevented from taking a retrospective effect. And that will lead us into the fact, when we say old offense, what is the old offense and when did it happen? This is what we need to know. And why was she charged with the old offense? Was she arrested in 2022 based on the old offense? These are some of the things we need to establish.
Right.
Now, if she was not arrested, if she was arrested on anything other than the old offense in 2022, it means the evidence and facts, the act of commissions and omissions that constituted criminal offense in 2022 should have been under the 2019 amendment. Now, if she was arrested based on what she had done and was charged in 2014, then in 2014, of course, in 2014, the amendment in 2015 and 2019 hadn't yet come. And so the 2006 provisions would apply. She will be charged under the 2006 Act, and the punishment prescribed therein would apply to her. And so there will be no issue. But we need to go into the facts and see the act of commissions, the charges preferred against her, and under which law and when those acts had been committed. I believe these things are deliberately kept shrouded in secrecy.
But if indeed we're trying to fight galamsey as is being presented to us from the quarters of the executive, within which context the Attorney General serves, then the AG should have done us good by digging and unshrouding these things so that Aisha Huang, for example, gets a stiffer punishment. No?
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. Because they should have done, I mean, you can't, look, if someone committed an offense, of course, there is no time of limitation for prosecution of any criminal offense under our laws. There's no limit.
Counsel, so let me get some clarity from you. You have agreed that the law cannot take a retrospective effect. No. However, if I get you right, the suggestion is that because of the magnitude of the offense committed and the facts that we know, Aisha Huang should have gotten a stiffer punishment applying the new law instead. Is that the case?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the clarity. Now you were making a point.
Yes. I was making a point that the AG had an obligation to have investigated further to disentangle all these confusions that are shrouding and confusing our argument. Because, I mean, who arrested Aisha Huang in 2022? What was the person's grounds for the arrest? What did she do? Because definitely something will trigger off the presence of Aisha Huang in Ghana. Not necessarily what she did. Something must have triggered her presence or inform us or the authorities of her presence in Ghana. What was that thing? So if they say, okay, the whole of 2022 or at the time of her arrest in 2022, then she did nothing that constituted a criminal offense. And from 2015 up to today, or let's say up to 2022 when she was arrested, right. She did nothing. She didn't trade in gold. She didn't fund gold production, galamsey in Ghana. She didn't commit any act that constituted an offense between 2015 and 2022 when she was rearrested. Then, of course, they are right. But if there is any act you committed between this period of time, within this period of time, I think they haven't done the nation any good by doing what they have done.
I see. Counsel, I thank you very much indeed for your time. We're grateful. That's lawyer Osman Alassan, is a private legal practitioner sharing his nuggets of law with us here on the Sunrise Morning Show. We're grateful. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's 58 minutes after 8 here on 3FM 92.7. So, William, this is the position of the lawyer. He says that, look.
I heard the counsel saying if but I've also listened to the Deputy Attorney General who said the thing was under the old law. So quite clearly it's the old law that was used to prosecute her, and then no penalty shall be imposed on a criminal for any criminal offence that is severer in degree or description than the maximum penalty that could have been imposed for that offence at the time when it was committed. And so this has been done. It's not like a hypothetical situation. It has taken place. The Deputy Attorney General is in that law. We went under the old law. And so I think that solves
but his argument is that is the AG suggesting that between when the new law came into being and between that time and when the court pronounced on Aisha Huang when she was rearrested did not commit any offense at all.
Well, it is the prosecutor.
Say again.
You are squeezing Aisha Huang.
It is the prosecutor.
Are you thinking? I mean, if there's the new law.
You see?
Okay, let's go through the law, William. You have the law before you, right?
It is the prosecutor's decision which alleged offense to prosecute.
Right.
And as I'm saying, when they are in court, other conversations are going on. So we are looking at 19.5, Article 19.5. A person shall not be charged with or held to be guilty of a criminal offense which is founded on an act or omission that did not, at the time it took place, constitute an offense. So if at the time she did one or two things, it didn't constitute an offense. Well, the Attorney General is saying that we went for the old law. We brought her to court on the old law. She's been found guilty, and the highest that we could get was 5 years, and 4.5 years is closer to 5 years, and that also is in the Constitution, which says that no penalty shall be imposed for a criminal offense that is severer in degree or description than the maximum penalty that could have been imposed for that offense at the time when it was committed.
So pay attention now to Act 995, okay, which is the amendment of the old law 703.
Exactly.
That's the Minerals and Mining Act of Ghana. Now I'm going straight to Section 99, and I will go down to 3, which says that, which is clear for me. A non-Ghanaian who undertakes a mining operation or facilitates the participation of any person in mining contrary to a provision of this act commits an offense and is liable on a conviction to a fine of not less than 100,000 penalty units and not more than 350,000 penalty units. 2, a term of imprisonment of not less than 20 years and not more than 25 years. Or C, both the fine and imprisonment. So this is for a non-Ghanaian, within which category Aisha Huang falls. And that's the new law that's applied. So if the new law had been applied, Aisha Huang could have gone in for as much as 25 years and then not less than 20 years.
Exactly.
So why, again, the question comes, why did the Attorney General not go for the new law and went for the old law?
And that's why I tried to guess an answer that, look, this woman has been arrested for a similar offense and she was let go. 0 prosecution, 0 sentence. And this time we decided to find a law to put her in the cooler. And so not let her go, we give her something small. And that's it.
So this is the background. This is the background. Aisha Huang was accused of being in the thick of affairs of illegal mining, Galamsey, especially in the Ashanti region. She was deported from Ghana in 2018, right? After the Attorney General decided to discontinue her trial, in which she was accused of engaging in small-scale mining without license. However, she was said to have sneaked back into Ghana to allegedly engage in some activities for which she was deported, right? So when she sneaked back, she was deported. after she was caught doing one or two things allegedly. In October 2022, the Attorney General then decided to prosecute her for the alleged crimes before her deportation and new ones committed since her re-entry into Ghana.
So maybe
so there is per this background, there is reason to believe that when she got back in fact, getting back in itself was a crime because she had been forbidden from getting back into the country.
That's right.
So the first instance, she was arrested. The Attorney General says, we can't find anything against you. This was after Osafo Mafo had said that prosecuting her will not add anything to us. Then she was let go. Then she sneaked back into the country and went back into the bush to commit more crimes. Then she was arrested and again deported, right? Or repatriated. We don't know which term to use. And I would stick to what the president said because if he is not sure, what am I sure of? Then she was rearrested after she got in on the pretext of coming to look for her husband, We saw the different names that she had used. And then we decided to prosecute her in 2020. You know, I mean, we know that she's been in custody since that time. And the wording here is that we prosecuted her for the alleged crimes before her deportation and the new ones committed since her re-entry into Ghana. In the case of the prosecution that Aisha had an illegal mining concession at Bepontinting in the Amansia West District in the Ashanti region and also operated a mining support services company. She had pleaded not guilty, all of those ones. So between when she got in and then up until the time in 2022 when the new law was in force, where was the Attorney General? That's the question. That's the big riddle. That the new offenses that were committed between 2018 when she got back in and 2022 when they decided to go to court, were those offenses or alleged crimes tried under the new law or the old law?
But were they even before the court? Because the Attorney General tells us that.
This is the background.
That's what I understand. But you see, as I make the point, the prosecutor is the one who decides what alleged offense to prosecute or to take to court. But as we speak, the understanding I have learnt from the Honorable Deputy Attorney General is that Aisha Huang was prosecuted under the old law.
But you see, William.
So are they going to prosecute her again on the new offense that she committed?
Is that possible?
Yes, that's possible.
But William, you know that prosecution is done on behalf of the state. The Attorney General is not there working for himself. He's working for us.
Right.
If I slap you today, right now, and you go to Nima police station, it ceases to be your matter alone. It is me against the whole country.
That's right.
Because it's become a crime. Assault, battery, whatever you want to put to it. So the prosecution cannot come and say that I have decided that I'm prosecuting under the old law. You are a servant. You are prosecuting on our behalf. And what does the people want? Or what do the people want?
Has come to tell that.
I mean,
what do the people want?
When it was glaring, he came and say, "Nolly prosecute."
Exactly.
I agree with you.
So, but she cannot be prosecuted again because that would be double jeopardy.
I agree with you perfectly. But I'm just trying to make the point that all the offenses that are committed against me will go against the state. So the state is the one that will prosecute, and the Attorney General leads that prosecution.
Right.
But the Attorney General, once he has that authority, he decides.
He might decide that he's got more evidence based on the old law, for example.
But you see, he is deciding not from his own corner.
Agreed.
He is deciding what is the mood of the nation. What does the nation want?
The judgment
because even what necessitated the change in the old law 703 to 995 is because we were complaining about the fact that people are not getting stiffer punishments.
That's
so
right.
They are not being deterred to move away from the forest. They are being encouraged to get in them. Then you get a golden opportunity. One, after failing to prosecute. Two, after letting her go. Three, after losing guard and letting her come back in. And then you come and tell us now that, yes, there's the new law, but we prosecuted her under the old law. Are you serious?
So, Johnny, when you say what is the mood of the country,
Yes.
let me even take it further. What is the temperature? I'll say it's cloudy with a high chance of poverty, high poverty. And that also plays a key role. That is the temperature. Yes, we want deterrence, but the temperatures are also different at different points.
This fight against Ghana.
This That's where I'm coming. This case has a background.
That's right.
This case has a background. And everything I'm saying is based on that background. That the government of the day is interested in this case to some extent. And sometimes, like we are also in the mood of this and the shenanigans and the diplomatic, all those things play out. And sometimes you are right. The judges also look at what is on the ground, but the judges also look at the larger economic picture, the larger political situation, the larger atmosphere, and then take some decisions. Because you see, and the Attorney General too will do same. It was the senior minister then.
Now senior advisor to the president.
He then was. The senior minister as he then was.
Right.
Mr. Osafumafu. He's not Attorney General. He came to give reasons. Can you imagine? He came to give reasons.
That this is it.
This is it. I mean, those reasons couldn't have come from the Attorney because he's a legal person.
Yeah.
So this case is so political. Although it's a criminal matter, it has a lot of political.
So bottom line, we are not serious about fighting Galamsey.
That's what you and I are trying to say this morning in a very
nice way. In a very nice way. Listen to Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, a very intelligent man who at age 39 was able to do an open heart surgery as the first black man ever anywhere in the world. You know, he was brought down here and literally embarrassed to the point that he had people of his children's age trying to call him names, and because he put their names in reports that they were irresponsible in trying to fight Galamsey. All those people will go and take what do you call it, per diem, and will still take the one where they finish what they call it, ex gratia, right? All those people, all those non-performing people, they will go and take ex gratia. Listen to Prof.
But they are no use. So we also have loss of biodiversity. There's physical danger, apart from the physical danger to humans and animals. Maybe you fall in pits and get drowned. We have polluted land farms, farmlands, loss of edibles such as mushrooms, snails, wild yams, plantain and bananas. Then loss of habitat of many animals and reptiles. Bears, especially bears that nest on high trees, like vultures and eagles, especially vultures. Now, how many of you have seen vultures in your area recently? When was the last time you saw a vulture? And you see, when you see the vultures dying, it's only a question of time that human beings also start dying. Because these are the scavengers. They pick up dead things so that we don't get sick. But now they've lost their habitat and their food sources, so they are dying. Even the snakes in the bush, you know, there is a snake in South America called Bothrops jararaca. That is a viper. When it bites you, you die from shock. Your blood pressure will drop and will die. Scientists worked on that venom, and through that, they were able to produce a medication against high blood pressure. That was the basis of lisinopril. As you know, some of you may be taking lisinopril. So even the reptiles in the bush are useful.
Well, that's Prof there. He's telling us what the effect of our play with Galamsey, playing with fire. And if we don't take care, fire will burn us. But here's lawyer Aisha Huang. He says, we lost the fight the day we deported Aisha Huang. Listen to him.
We got to be very careful because once the matter has gone to before court, we can't prejudice the outcome of the current matter. So we're going to be very careful. But we'll talk about the things that led to it. Somewhere around May 2017, we got wind that she had been arrested. And, you know, as happens with Occupy Ghana, somebody left an envelope at my office. And when I looked at it, it was the charges that she had been slapped with. They were petty administrative issues. When there was evidence that without a proper license, she was mining. But she was charged with some immigration things that she didn't file immigration papers. What? So today you are shocked, you see. So on 16th May 2017, we petitioned the Attorney General and said, we hear that, and we showed the Attorney General a copy of the charge sheet that had been prepared by the police or Ghana Immigration Service. And said, not in this country. Over our dead bodies, you must charge her with the relevant offenses. We cited the sections of the Minerals and Mining Act that, in our view, creates the offenses that must be laid against her. Thank God. The Attorney General received that petition, called for it, and filed the proper charges. So on 24th May 2017, we issued another statement acknowledging the fresh charges and saying, now, let's see, agoniform. Then she was spirited out of this country. You see the sequence? They would have done administrative offenses and sent her away. And or charged, she would have paid some minor fines.
Goes back to do her.
But when we forced the proper charges, they suspected the charges were going to stick. And so, as the then senior minister admitted, either we imposed the trouble ourselves or the Chinese government imposed on us. We sent her, I think there was a null prosecutor. And we allowed her to go away because those charges would have sent her to jail for 20 years. You see, and at the very least, acknowledge the work we did.
Yeah.
The charges would have sent her to jail for 20 years. And they spirited her away. When they did, we didn't spare them. We did not spare them. On 24th September 2019, we said that then the senior minister came to defend it.
Yeah.
We were on his tail. Finally, the president came and admitted that it was a mistake. And we told him that the Aisha Huang mistake was a slap in the face of Ghanaians. 24th September 2019, reported by Graphic. We later went back and said that his fight against Galamsey died the day they allowed Aisha Huang to go. You see, because we didn't. Remember, we went out. We spoke about the issue of the burning of the champagne. And we actually called a criminal. You see, the law is very sensible. It says if the person is engaged in illegal mining, arrest the person, seize the equipment, take the person to court, let the court jail the person, and order that the equipment be confiscated to the state. Instead of doing that, we are burning the equipment.
We saw it with the excavators. The ones that
yes, they burnt them.
Yeah.
And burning the excavators didn't change anything. No. It's back. Why were the people not arrested? Because it's the people who operate the excavators. But instead of arresting them, we decided to burn it. Instead of trying Aisha Huang, we spirited her out of the country. She's back. Because there's something here. It's gold. We don't know our gold. If she's prepared to risk a return to this country, risk jail for our gold, that she's been here from the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Right? This is interesting. There's something here. But this is the point. They allowed her to go. We told the president about this. I hear government people were not happy with our attitude. Sydney doesn't care. I don't care. We said what we had to do. Today, she's back. Because we didn't jail her. We didn't give the court the opportunity to even free her. So if she's back, she's run into our arms. Are we going to free her again? Are we going to make another mistake because the president admitted it's a mistake? But listen to this. How can we be burning the equipment? That is the evidence that will try the people. How many people have gone to jail for Galamsey? If you didn't jail Aisha Huang, who can you jail? That's why we say the day we let her go was the day we lost the fight against Galamsey.
Is Kojo Annan and Kuma of Occupy Ghana. It was on that platform with Sidney Kesley-Hayford, who is now late, and they were being interviewed by Duke Mensah Opoku, and he said the day we let Aisha Huang go was the day we lost the fight against Galamsey. Helen, agree? Disagree?
It definitely had a very big impact on where we are today. For somebody to be able to come and pillage our resources, this is national pride. You know, our gold, our resources, they belong to us, every single one of us. But if the impression is created that other nationals can come here, do what they want, and, you know, get away with it, what signals does it send? So, I mean, at this point, it will be very telling also what the next steps are. The sentence has come, but anything could happen moving forward. And I think we have to be vigilant. Maybe we keep paying a visit to where we are told she's held and see if she's really there.
Okay. Okay. Yati.
I took the decision that would be a betrayal of the trust that the Ghanaian people put in me on the 7th of January this year. And as a result, we established this committee within the government to design a policy for us, not just to stop it, to reclaim the land, to let our rivers work again, but also to see how we can figure a way for all these able-bodied young men who are involved in this activity to find an alternative livelihood. So it's a package. It's a package that we have designed
3FM 92.7
to try and bring this menace to a conclusion. I've said it in the cabinet, and perhaps it's the first time I'll be saying it in public. I am prepared to put my presidency on the line on this matter.
It's a package, it's a package, Helen. It's a package.
He got a resounding round of applause when he said, I'm prepared to put my presidency on the line.
That's the whole package, William. It's a package.
I'm preparing to go to Accra. Doesn't mean that I'm going to Accra.
You see, in early days when I said it, you said no. Now we are back at the same point.
No, I'm looking at the sense behind what he said, not the literal meaning of what he said.
In the early days I said it.
My point was that the sense.
I am prepared to. It's not the same that I have put it. Now we are seeing it.
You see, I agreed with you in terms of the literal translation of what, but I see sometimes when you speak, the sense behind is also very important.
The package.
Yes. You see the way the truth went.
The package. It's a package.
I don't know.
What is no crack? Call me 055-924-2717, 055-924-2717, and 055-691-0154, 055-691-0154, and 055-924-2717, and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
My name is Daniel. I'm calling from Kaswa.
Danny from Kaswa, talk to me quickly.
Okay. I want to talk about this guarantee issue.
Go ahead.
The guarantee, the only thing that I see that you can do about it is to send soldiers to decide to shoot and kill. That was the only thing that I can know that it will solve this
shoot
problem.
And kill.
Because people that are saying they will stop this problem, they are rather going there and they are coming from there. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Good morning.
Good morning, Nomo.
Yes, sir. I'm okay.
Ejolabo.
Ejolabo, talk to me.
Johnny,
Yes,
funny as it may sound, 48,000 could be a cost of renting a 2-bedroom house in East Legon for 3 years.
It is not, it could be. It is actually, if you come to North Kanishi and Tessano, it's 60,000 and the rest.
For 3 years. So if somebody is causing such a damage, sometimes when you talk about the judiciary, they come for you. But when it happens to them and then you are speaking for them, they like it. Wisdom without education should be able to help us manage this country without a book. The way we are treating this country, I'll say and keep saying that is how we want to do it. It is deliberate. I'll always repeat, when you sit back, I haven't been calling for some time because sometimes it's not worth it because there are a lot of damages going on than the solution we are getting. If Ghana is indeed a woman, then people will sleep with Ghana and give Ghana 2 cities.
Oh.
Use it for soaking, to go and bath so that you look neat and go and sleep. Tomorrow morning come, they will sleep with you. Look at the damage caused to the country. And then the judgment. When you talk, they will ask you to come and answer. But me, I'll say it, whether they are listening or not, it doesn't make sense. It won't take us anywhere.
Okay, thank you.
It won't take us anywhere.
Thank you very much. We're grateful. Good morning.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh, Kusami. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. Johnny, how many jail terms have been given to those body guys who go to the Black Society level? And we compare what the jail term given to these guys and Aisha Huang. You ask yourself, why?
those Ghanaians who are hungry, who this government has made them hungry, and they go to Bade just to get a daily meal for their stay and their wives and children. And they are arrested and jailed 4 years, 5 years. And you arrested the Queen Mother herself. And you say you are giving them 4 years. Then, I'm sorry. If you listen to the president, what is happening now, Johnny? And the this statement are just, is it, where did they have the global changes?
In Dubai.
In Dubai.
Yeah.
What is happening now? And his comments there.
Okay.
You have to make the comparison. Do you really get the present?
Well, we will pray. We will pray. We will pray. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Senior Pierre, how are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Yes, sir.
My greetings to the Queen of the Airways. She's welcome back.
Yeah, she's welcome back.
William. Johnny, please, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Simple question.
Yes, sir.
Have you eaten some chocolate this morning? I want to be a little bit philosophical. Maybe all of
No, sir, I have not.
Yes, you see the point. We are talking about gold. Gold is precious in every woman. But I believe that it's quite unfortunate that they are treating this woman this way. I believe this one want to come to this country with good intention to invest. But he didn't have good people to advise her. Because she knew that it's just like electricity. If you are not an electrician, how could you want you to connect the wires? You will electrocute yourself. That's what happened to this woman. We have to blame the people who invited this woman, catch them and arrest them and jail them. Because they knew what they were pushing this woman to do was illegal. By the way, Johnny, what is the difference between artisanal mining and galamsey? I want to know. Is artisanal mining still illegal? They should tell us.
It is not illegal.
Yes, because artisanal mining is that's where that word gather them and sell. Because in artisanal mining you cannot produce much ground to get a kilo, even not quarter of a kilo. Please, at times, in a way, I see that we are growing, so we will come to understand what we are doing. It's unfortunate. They should arrest those guys who brought the woman here. They are the ones should be targeted.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. J. Bobby, good morning to you. J. Bobby Santino.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Chief. First of all, how are you?
I'm fine.
Talk
Thanks
to
for
me,
the opportunity again.
Yes, sir.
My brother, I don't think as a nation we are ready to fight this illegal mining.
Are you sure?
I've always been saying that it was the media who started. Then, in fact, when you started, Ghanaians were listening. And from nowhere, this current Akufo administration decided to join, which was not bad. The speeches were nice, but on the ground, it was worse. Just like a pickpocket who then pick you and be helping you to look for the one who has butchered with your money. Oh, yeah, it's precisely. He has picked by pretending helping you. When they came in, they worsened the whole case. And look at the way we have become animal farm in the eyes of the international scene. Look at this Aisha Huang case. And some few innocent Ghanaians who were just looking for something to eat on daily ground have been sentenced 20, 15 years in the name that they were galamseyers. They were not galamseyers. His Right Majesty Otunfo said it. He said when somebody went for by day, then you arrest that person. And the main financiers are enjoying moving free.
Exactly my
even
point.
Now, a court can even place injunction that such a person should not be arrested when the OSP should even declare that person.
Okay.
If I'm my brother,
Thank
have
you.
a blessed morning.
You too. Good morning.
Johnny, yes,
Precious.
you.
Yes, I talk to me.
Johnny, if somebody offend our country law, we are there with a person offense. Like they have to punish the big men to join them. Because these things like this, these men and team are not the blame these men and team, are they blame the president them. Because we don't take that system to down. You see, if we are not doing bad thing, how can somebody came from some country, came and act bad, then we kill them? Some people to know they did more than that person. No, we don't open the for nation put down before that person I shall work him. So let's go. No? But Johnny, our law on the land inside is for the government to.
I hear you.
And this country will discover. That is the law of Nkrumah. Not Nkrumah law.
Okay.
Some people are misbehaving. It's showing our waterway. I don't remember your
It's wet. It's wet. Where is that?
I hear you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, sir, Papa. What's then?
I mean, I don't know, but I can't show them. Actually, they all happen in Ghana. It seems not to be happy.
Obey ye.
They talk about GM when they were in opposition. GM, that's MVP for you. Yeah, you've gotten our mind. You have gotten our mind right now. Is that not it? And in there, you can't just fight. You are not able to fight against Kalam. Say something with all the military people that you have at hand, the police and things like that. Nano, and when Professor Yvonne Boati came out with all the necessary steps that we have to be taken to do it, you ignore. Whether you have to send your attackers on Professor Yvonne Boati.
Okay.
You have to send your attackers on them. Now look at it too. June, I beg of you.
Quickly.
See, we talk about keeping our lights on. You are not able to settle the IPPs. And Sonia Songay is saying that it's such a plan. You understand me? You're only interested in National Cathedral. Instead of you to spend the money to keep the lights on, you are not doing it.
Okay.
And those who are doing it, you said they are incompetent.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't want to mention my name because of my profession.
I hear you, sir.
I want to thank you for a good job.
Thank you, sir.
I tried to scan radio stations this morning, and it's 3 FM that is on top of this issue.
Thank you,
First of all, I want to say that I don't think we'll be able to deal with Galamsey because, in the first place, if you're going to send security agencies to go and fight this problem, we send people officers in charge who are left with some 2 years to retirement. And some of them try to compare themselves with their colleagues in politics who have done a lot. Such a person leading a team to go and fight Galamsey, what do you think will happen?
We'll be compromised.
Yes. We have young men who have more than 20 years, both military, police, and the other agencies. Why don't you look at them? Get people to go to the ground. Get young men who are really trustworthy. Give them the job. Give them the support they need. They will go and deliver.
All right, sir.
But we have old men leading us, young men who can do the job are sitting down.
Let the
This is what is
retirees
going to
go.
happen, and we don't have a country. Thank you very much, John.
Thank you. Let the retirees go and let the young grow. And I want to say a very big top of the morning to Lester, MC Billions. You're an Uber, a Bolt driver, taking my boss, James Amo, a.k.a. J. Bobby Santino, to a good location. Good morning. And thank you very much for setting your alarm to listen to Johnny's Bite every day. We serve God and country. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm James calling from Aisha Huang.
Okay, James, talk to me, bro.
Yeah, when you listen to some of the complaints of people, you can sense their frustrations and confusion. But actually, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. The solution is there. Yeah, there are very responsible men and women out there at the top who are also concerned, then who wants to have things, put right. You see, so I believe the media should mobilize. The public behind the people who want to put this right. All that is called for is to get the institutions to work, the system to work, and there are men and women out there who are ready to make the system work. All that they need is the support of the people, the media, and then, by and by, things will rectify, the system will work.
All right,
the moment the system works, the institutions work, all these anomalies and, will be taken care of. The that will be taken care of.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you, boss. And you can also call us. Making way for womenpreneur right now. In a bit. Listen to the good old Professor from Boating. Listen to it.
That they had immobilized over 700